Okay, we're on to the third pillow, which is the star pillow. And again, this is another easy one. And I am going to design in the 12 by 12 mat because, again, it doesn't fill it up. So there are two 6.5 by 6.5 inch squares for the pillow. And then we have a piece of puff vinyl to iron onto the fabric. So I'm going to go down to shapes, and this time all I need to do is select 6.5, and I left proportions on, and okay. Well, that's not going to fit. So then apparently I'm confused. So I'm going to go over here to the eye right up here, which is view. And I am going to change it to the 12 by 24 mat. So I'll just go over here down to this drop down, switch it to 12 by 24. And now I'll go over to edit and change the color from purple to white because that's what I used for the print fabric. And again, I'm going to control D and make another. Now, I like to make sure they're both even. So one of the things I like to do is select, draw a box around them. And then in alignment, I align them at the top. And they weren't off too much. So now I can just move this over just a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to go back into Draw and Paint, which is down here on my taskbar. Click on it. If you don't have Draw and Paint on your taskbar, you need to do that because it's a lot easier to find. And I am going to check the star is not that big, but I'm going to measure it anyhow. So according to the pattern, the star is 4 by 4. All right, 4 by 4. So I am going to leave it at 152 by 152 for this canvas size. And then I will go into insert. And again, I took a picture of the star with my phone. So there it is. I'll just click on it and there's my star. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these, and I'm in paint now, right over here with one point at the top and one point at the side, just like that. And now I'm going to count 4 squares over and down. And I think I'll just rearrange that a little bit because I'm not liking it. It looks a little out of proportion. There it is. And down here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see what it looks like. I'll measure it and draw. So I'll go into view and get my get length and draw from here to here. 3.929. That one's good. And then that 3.8. All right, I'm going back into paint. I'm going to make it a little bit longer. And then I am going to put it in the center again, just like that. All right there. See the vertical and the horizontal marks? That's what I'm using for aligning the center. And also this little triangle at the top is center. Alrighty, so now I'm going to draw. There's my star. I'm going to release my finish get length. And I think I'm going to try something a little different now. So I'm going to go into insert. I am going to find a star in my shapes because that's where I got the other star when I made the flag. So it should be 36. So I'm going to click on 36. And then I'm just going to click on insert shape. And there's my star. Again, I don't need my fill. I'll turn that off. I'll put this here and I'll drag it down like this over here and over here till it just sits right over that star. How easy is that? Really? Okay. Now I got the shape. Hopefully it has some points in it. Let's see. Click on it. If there's any points. Woohoo! There they are. And that's what happens. It converts it to the Bezier points. And those are all your squares, which are your sharp corners. And then the other right here, see? That's the sharp corner, just like that. All right. So I am going to save this as a star. And then I am going to save it or export it rather. And I'm going to call it 2 star because it's my second star into SVG. Oh, yeah. Easy peasy. All right. Out of Draw and Paint. And now I'm going to insert from my device, which is my folder with all my designs in it. So, and where is it? So I didn't pay attention, so I'm going to do it again. 2 star. And there it is. Alrighty. Brings it in. Look at how nice and straight those lines are. Convert to cut paths. And this one I'm going to turn red. And the reason for that is that's the color of the vinyl. And I actually cut a 5-inch piece of vinyl for you. You know what I didn't do? I didn't group these. So I'm going to go back and group these. And then let's check and see what the size of it is. Uh, Close to being 4 by 4. If I went up a little bit, there, I can fine tune it in the software. All right. So you see that's going to sit right over there. And I'm going to put this down here in this corner. And I'm going to save this file as 3 star 2. And that means it'll be the second file I created. There we go. Good to go. Any questions? See that it's just repetitive over and over and over again. Okie doke. All done. And Let's close that up. End it.